All right, I've got to load the kiln and the bisque kiln, and I want to try to get as much of this stuff in as possible. So I want to think about it before I even start loading. I'm going to put those spiral chip and dips down towards the bottom. I've actually got 6 of them. That takes up a lot of room. I might not get them all in. But then what I'll wind up doing probably is putting these garlic keepers down as a layer and then tumble stacking on top of that, at least the little stuff, and hopefully I'll get these mugs in. I might make one whole row for the mugs and then tumble stack on top of that. I usually like to tumble stack the top of the kiln. I don't think I'll get everything here in, but we're gonna try. Okay, so my plan is to load this bisque and to spare you all of the cleaning. So I'll pause it each time I have to do some cleaning. But here are my pots set up. I'm gonna start down at the bottom with spiral chip and dips. And let me look, I call it looking across the horizon. So if I put my post and the pot and the post on the other side, I just want to make sure I can look across and nothing here. I should just pick the top, the highest part. It's right there. So this will definitely clear it, and so will this one. Let's see, yeah, these two are the two tallest of these two. So I'm gonna pair those on the bottom. I'll set up my posts first. 1, 2, and 3, and then I have that extra one out so I can find other pots to fit in between them. Now, actually, the last thing I really want to do with this is a little bit of sanding, so I'm going to turn this off and then do my sanding, and then I will come back. Whoops, I just put one in there. So there's the first one, and hopefully I can put the other one right here. Now, could I fit a third one right there? Ooh. Let's see. 3 in a row would be amazing. Okay. Let me just clean this one up first and then see if it'll fit. Okay. Well, maybe ideally I would have some kind of a measuring thing here, but no, I can tell it's not going to fit. So that's okay. I have some other things that will. Okay, so these will fit nicely here. And then I'll start getting things to fill within and all around this. I really want to maximize all of this. I want to get as many pots as I can, and I want them to be as close to my shim without going over as they can, as close to the height of these posts. All right, these mugs are perfect. They're just exactly the height, so I'm gonna sneak them all in. I touch them up against each other and I touch them up against a wall. In the bisque, everything can touch. You can put pots in right side up, upside down. Start with the tiny little corner first. Wow, I'm gonna have room for lots more of these. And if you're really into it, into the efficiency, you can purposefully make pots, these ones are a good example, that fit like a bulbous pot on the bottom and then a bulbous pot on the top, and they fit well together. My goblets and mugs fit well like that. Let's see if this one is a good example. Yeah, it'll sneak in there even a little bit further than it would. Okay, a couple more of those. All right, well, I don't know how many more of these I'll be able to fit in here, but let's see. Let's see. Okay, and then I have to kind of really sense that I think that that's too tall. So let me see if I can move this guy. Oh wait, 1 inch is a mile. Okay, so here's my favorite phrase about loading kilns. It's called 1 inch is a mile. And that means, a hair is a mile, sorry. A hair is a mile. That means if I can get 1 hair space It's a mile. Look at all that. Look at all that space I just made. A mile of space. A hair is a mile. Both loading bisques and the high fire. Oh, this, you know what's good here is I have to fire my absorption tests. So those will go in all the little places. All the little places. Okay. Okay. I've got to get my clay ruler in there too. I'll do it on the next one. All right, now let's fill everything we can up with magic teacups. That's the greatest thing about pots off the hump, little stuff goes everywhere. Let's see if it'll fit there. Okay. Great. And a few in this one. Just touch that up. Okay. And that looks pretty good. I'm wondering if there's one more that can happen here. Let's see here. If I bring this over here. No, I don't think so. Let's see here. Some of these are not yet against. Oh yeah, here's a mile. Okay, that one doesn't seem to be going. Oh, I've lost this one then. Okay, let's just bring that back here and say it's probably good enough. It's okay that I can't get anything in there. Oh no, I do have more of those tests. My absorption tests. Oh wait, this is a bisque fire. I don't want my absorption test in here. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, well, those guys are gonna get bisqued again. Okay, so here we are. Next shelf. Pass the thermocouple carefully. I usually go down at an angle like that and then even it out, looking at the diameter, the edges. I sit it down on the post and then I give it a little press. And I do that because if I happen to miscalculate and it's sitting on a pot, it won't feel stable here. It'll feel wobbly. So as soon as I press and it's okay, then I know that I can keep going. Oops. All right, next level of chip and dips are shorter. So they only need these without shims, which is nice. Okay, they're all cleaned up, sanded, and ready to go. Touching the wall. They say not to load these shelves at the same level as the elements, but that's what's happening here, so I hope it's gonna be okay. They also say only fire it on slow, but last night I accidentally, medium. They say slow. I usually do medium. And last night I accidentally did it on fast. Or a couple days ago, and it wound up okay, so don't tell anybody I said that. All right, let's put as many little mugs as we can get in here. I'm gonna clean that one up a little bit more. Just taking one last look at them before they go into the kiln. Actually, I'm finding a lot. Hold on, let me clean up those candles. All right, I'm gonna need to get more, but starting here, let's start over here, and I'll see if I have some bowls for that one, like I did for the other one. Okay, we'll do this one over here. It's okay if they hang off the edge of the shelf. I bisque to cone 08 actually. So if you do a higher bisque, it might make a difference. You might not want to hang pots off the edge. You might not want to fire pots on end, those kinds of things. Oh my gosh, my daughter's calling me. Hi, honey. I'm making a video on loading a kiln, but I think I saw you called more than once, so I wanted to pick up. Oh, what did you say? Oh, okay. Oops, sorry. I'm on my watch because I'm making this video and I don't know how to make it get any louder. So I can't hear you very well. Okay, sounds good. Okay, love you. Bye. Oops. All right, so we've got this. And some of these. Here's a mile. Okay. And then I just figured this out. These guys fit quite nicely inside here. Amazing how much you can get in here. All right, let me see if I can sneak one under here. The hair is a mile. There we go. One inside this cup. One right there. Gotta keep it all under the profile. Okay. This is a big guy. I don't think it's gonna fit anywhere in there. But I think I can fit at least one more in here. Nope. Need a little one. Okay. That's gonna take too much effort to get that in that space. And that one could go under there, just for fun. Put it right there, upside down, where it fits so perfectly. Sometimes you just have to magically erase your own fingers. Okay, next shelf. Okay. The breath helps so much with loading kilns. Okay. we're tight on this one. Let's see. But we're stable. Sometimes if you think like, oh, what if it's actually on it? You can kind of move the pots around underneath. If they can move, the shelf's not sitting on top of them, you know? So anyway, it feels pretty stable to me. Okay, now garlic things. All right, so I won't add any more shelves after this. I'm just gonna load all of these garlic keepers in, checking them on the way in. All right, let's see. If I have extra room in here, I'll do upside down mugs, so I'm still kind of making a floor for the next pots that go in. Some of these feel like they might be walnut. I think I might have accidentally used 2 different clays here. That's all right, they're similar. Yeah, this one feels like walnut. Oopsie. That's still out of the way. Let's see here. This is one of those strange inches a mile things, because if I just shift every single thing over, I can get this in there. Of course, you don't want to do that. I should have started at the thermocouple. That would have been smarter. Okay, a little extra work. It's all right. I mean, a hair is a mile. I keep saying an inch is a mile, but it's a hair is a mile. And now, look, we got a mile. So I might want to pick a bigger one if I have one to go there. And the biggest lid I have. And a couple more. Cool. I do have room, don't I? 2 more. Now, it's always fun to tumble stack. I love it. Oopsie. Make sure I didn't do any damage there. A little chip. Nope. Okay. So now I gotta go get some tall stuff to see if I can bring this floor up. Okay, got a couple. Utensil jar. Little random vase thing. Let me see here. Maybe instead of the random vase, I can put this vase in. Yeah. And then, let's see if we can make a little more space here. Yeah, and then the random vase can go right there. Okay, so now it's time to start tumble stacking. So I'll get all my lightweight stuff. All right, so now I'll be tumble stacking the top of the kiln, and I'm just checking them on the way in. So I might have to do some pausing or quick cleanups on the way in. getting them tight. So here's a principle that I really need to teach everybody, which is that you get highly increased stability from contact. So touching the wall, touching each other. If pots are touching each other, they're way more stable than if they're just near each other or just hanging out in space. So it's great to nestle them all up, plus you have the bonus of maximum capacity, you know, you're maximizing the space. Just looking at everyone on the way in. Just a little hand sanding here with my fingernail. Okay, whoopsie. No, wasn't breathing, was I? I wasn't breathing and I nicked this lid. Now I have to find my thing. Gosh, it can be a real setback to not breathe. Especially when you're moving fast, dealing with bone dry pots. Okay, breath, come on, Amy. I'm not perfect either, it turns out, am I? That's how I can speak from experience. That's how I know that you have to keep breathing. This, it would be nice to bridge this somehow. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. So I'll just kind of go over here for now. And see if I can resolve that at the end. I'll go over the pots. Lots of space. And actually I might want to be putting these upside down, but we'll see. Hopefully I won't come back and just redo the whole thing, but sometimes that happens. Because upside down, you know, it gives me another floor. This is still a floor. I'm still be able to stack pots in there, but the tricky part with these is unloading, making sure that, because it winds up fitting together like a precarious puzzle. So you just have to really be careful when you unload it, that you're aware of pieces potentially falling. As you take one out, something else could fall because everything is propped up on everything else. Usually it's not a problem. It just might be like a, you know, a moment. Okay, let me go grab some more pots. This one's got swallowed up in the kiln. That's great. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, let me see if I can put this here. Yeah, I think that that's fine. Totally look these pots over before. Hopefully I won't be paying for that. I like to look at every single one, otherwise I'm like, hey, past self, why'd you leave me all this extra cleaning to do? Couldn't you have looked at the pot for a second? It really does take so much longer to clean up a pot when it's bisque than it does when it's green, even though I'm always in a rush. I always feel like I gotta get it done now. Let me see if I can lean that on the, there we go. Well, let me see. Because the thermocouple is right there, but yeah, that's good. Hope you have a good view of this. I might have to change the camera angle. That's gonna prop that pot up. Okay, I'm gonna raise this up a little bit so you can see everything from above. Imagine this fell now. I really cinch that down, make it nice and tight. Okay, great. Okay. And still tons of room. Okay. then I have these match strikers that are kind of heavier. So let's see if I can squeeze those in, maybe in here. No, not there. Put you over here. Isn't this a beautiful sight? There's just nothing like it. A well-loaded kiln. Okay, let's get you over here. Great. And these are from an Andrew Clark workshop, match striker workshop. We'll be making those. Oh yeah. And then these ones, let's see, this can go over here. Okay, and you. Okay, and then this one, I don't know if we can fit this one in. Let's see here. Let us see. It might be a great place. Like what fit right here. I'll move this guy out. Classic Tetris experience here. A hair is a mile. There we go. You go right back in there. And then this one, gosh, there's plenty of room there for something like awesome and tall, but I think we're gonna just have to prop this here and hang it in space. Okay, great. Next. All right, so let's see here. This is where things start getting hairy. Sometimes I have pots that are like literally suspended and I have no idea how they are doing it, how they're not falling, you know, but it just happens. Like it's just kind of hanging there. And if you get enough pots supporting each other, just hanging there, it works. Okay. Let's see if this clears. No. Just turn it on its side. Okay. Let's see here. That looks good. Yep. Here. Let's do down here first. Up against the wall for some stability. Uh-oh. Okay. And whoa, did you see that just roll? Oh my gosh, okay. It wouldn't have rolled far, that's okay. But it does need something right here to support it. So let's find something. You look beautiful. Okay. Beautiful support system. And if that can go straight up, yeah, it's great. Handles up and out of the way. Okay. Lovely. Okay. I was really hoping to get all these in, so Glad they're getting in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Whatever else is hanging around here? You and you and you. I'm afraid to walk away. Everything's just gonna go like you and a couple more, huh? Got room for a couple more, and then and then I can probably get a bunch more magic teacups in here, I bet. Okay, let's just get this one stabilized first somewhere and see what I can find. Yeah, that one actually can go straight up and down. Sitting on something, kind of. All right, I think it'll stay there. Oh, here's one more. All right. While we're here, I just want to show you, I found this crack. So I'm going to break the crack and pull it through. Break it and then pull it down towards the pot. And you can just kind of sand it a little bit with the wooden tool. Okay. All right, great. Couple more here. Let's see. Do you fit straight up? You do. You most certainly do. Okay. Here's a tall one. Let's see here. I have to kind of hold that one in place while I touch this one up. And oh, even you fit straight up and down. How lovely. Go this way. Okay. Hold on to that. I didn't sand these ahead of time. So now I'm doing it like on the way in. Oh, that one's a bad one. Okay. Okay. Check especially the handle. Oh yeah, you need a little touch up. Okay. That one's not as good there. Let me see if this, now these ones can all get moved actually. Might be more efficiently placed elsewhere, like there. 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 And there. This one's not, that one's too high. I gotta move that. Okay, now this is gonna start getting dicey if I mess with it too much. So let's do that. And now I see another little handle crack that needs tending. Smearing. If you catch it when it's bone dry, you get it. And if you miss it, then you miss it. And then you have a crack in your pot. Sometimes you can do it at the bisque, but it's so easy to do it at bone dry. Just kind of smear that crack and get rid of it. Okay, let's see here. Is that clear? No. But that one. I believe. Let me see here. Whoa. Okay. All right. I think that'll clear it. Yep. Everything but this handle right here. Let's get that into a new configuration. Hold that like, like that. And I can still put those guys there. Okay, still plenty of room. Oops. All right. Going in. might be running out of space here. It could be. Oh, wait. Here's a mile. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I don't want to do anything too crazy, but I can see that these handles are taking up a whole lot of space. And they could just rotate. All right, tons of room. 2 more of those. Hey, okay. Now, I think I could get some more in there, but I think I'm gonna call it good. So here's the last thing I do. It's really fun. It's really exciting to load a kiln like that. I just love the challenge of it and the excitement. So the very last thing I do is I come back here and I look across the horizon of the kiln, and you have to look exactly at the horizon. So let's lower you down a little bit more so we can all see that everything fits. So if I can see from rim to rim, let me see here. Can you see the other rim? Okay, so we got to watch the pots disappear. And then there's the rim, I think. Let me take a look myself. And I'll say that the further back you move, the easier you can see it. So if you can't see it from wherever you are, just stand further back away from the kiln. And if you really can't tell or you don't trust your judgment, then just grab a ruler. I have a wooden yardstick, which I'm not sure where it is right now, but it usually lives right by my kiln, and so I can kind of basically run it all the way across and make sure everything fits. But I can basically see here, oh, there's a handle that needs a little help. I can basically see that everything fits, and actually I can tip some of these down that might be, the ones that could possibly be the ones that are too tall. But that makes it by a mile. Hair is a mile. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. You do not have to load that way, but as a production potter, every hair counts, and it makes a huge difference to load your kilns efficiently. I'm seeing a little space. I'm going to put one more pot in there. Okay, have fun. All right, well, I didn't get everything in. There's a couple down there, handful of mugs, 2 of the spirals, and handful of magic teacups, but big difference.